What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about LCX today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are at about 20.69 cents right now. Looking at the week, we're down about 14%. You know, for a little perspective here, 14% down in a week, while Bitcoin's down 11.7%. It's actually not that bad. Generally, if Bitcoin moves down 11%, your altcoins go down 22% or more. So being down 14%, I would say you're holding up rather well, honestly. And not only that, a lot of altcoins in the space, they have seen lower lows than their February 3rd lows. What they saw here, you're pretty high compared to that, right? You've moved up a little bit since then, and while you have moved down a lot from a high price here of about 28.1 cents to a low price there of 18 cents, that is a big drop. You recovered a bit, so that structurally speaking, I think you're in a better position than a lot of the market is right now. LCX looking like it's probably about to break out of this downtrend here, and it may be actually. I wonder. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I would draw this because if I draw it like this, I really do. I feel like that is like the line of best fit and that would look nice. But then you're shaving out this high here. If I put that high in there and I try to fit it down to this before you broke out, like, I don't know, maybe it would be like this. I don't know. It almost looks like you're on the brink of breaking out of this is all I'm trying to say. There's an argument to be made that you're still, getting lower lows, lower highs, you're still in this trend, but I think it really does look like you want to break out. You've got higher lows right here, right? You don't have higher highs yet, but that's all it would take. You get above this price, you guys, and you're going to see a rapid movement up, something of the likes that you haven't seen since November of 2024. I very much do expect that this coin is not just going to return to 42 cents, but it'll likely excel beyond that. From a high to a low, the next move, when it does begin, it'll likely be something of a similar magnitude as this last move. And again, when it begins, I'm not measuring from the low. I'm measuring from when this move begins to when it ends. I'm not measuring to the high. I'm just measuring from where the move begins and where it ends. And in fact, I think I could probably draw this better. Let's do this. Something like that, yeah. If we were to start this next move here, something like that, right? That would put us at about the 1.618, the golden ratio as far as extensions go. We're at 20 cents now. That target is at about 78 cents. And I fully believe that LCX can not only see that target by the end of March, by the end of this move, but it can absolutely excel past that target. Something like that, 280%, that's about average for what I would expect the average altcoin to do in the month of March and going into the month of April. So that sounds about right. If LCX does anything like outperform the altcoins, right? The altcoin market, the crypto markets, if it can outperform things and do a little bit better than average, I would think that the next target area is a logical area at about $1. Dollar is a nice psychological level of resistance right there. $1.02, $1.14. That would put us at about a 5x to a 5.5x, somewhere in that range. You could go higher. You could go to the 2272 all the way up to about a 7x and 8x. Maybe even up to the 2618. Then we're getting at a 10x territory, and I think that would be the limit of what I would expect for this next move to be. I don't think that we would go higher than that, but if we take last cycle's high and we put it into the bear cycle low that we had here, that does. And when I say I don't think we go higher than that, I just mean I don't think we go higher than that by the end of April. And we could, but by the end of the cycle, we certainly will be worth more than that. I think LCX has a chance to go all the way up to $10. We're at 20 cents now. Do the math. What would that be? No, it has more potential than that, than $10. Let me take that back. I'm sorry. I talked about so many cryptos, you guys. Let me see. 156 million. It could do 100x, which would be at $20. Oh no, yeah. So this thing, you guys. This thing could do $100. Not $10. I'm sorry. By the end of the cycle, this thing could be worth $100. Genuinely, it really could. If not, at least something that's around $25 or higher is what I would expect. Genuinely $25 or higher. I know I said $10. I promise you I was getting confused with the different crypto. I don't even know what crypto it was, but I did the math. This market cap here at 156 million, if you were to do 100x on it just to prove that I'm not BSing you, that would be a $15.6 billion market cap. And that's a high market cap. That's not a low market cap, but it's not the highest market cap. And it's a very attainable market cap, especially for an exchange token. In an exchange like this, LCX, I think you could see that. So if 100x is possible, and that's at right here at 20.5 cents, that'd be at about $20.5 would be 100x, the next target area would be $25. And it's very common, cycle after cycle, from your high to your lows, it's very common for cryptos to hit their 2272s as resistance or even go through them. So it is possible. I meant it when I said it is possible we could go to $100. Even a little bit beyond there is possible. But I think something between 71 to 25 bucks by the end of the cycle is what I would expect. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Okay, let's go back to the short-term stuff. I want to look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour RSI looks like it wants to go down a little bit, I will say. And being that you've held up better than most cryptos, I think it's fine if you move down a little bit. But you don't have to. You know, if you move... Let's see. Hold on now. I would think if you were to move up, you'd have to do it immediately. If you were to move up, that like as in today would have to be a good day, and we're up like 1% now, but we would need something more than that. I think we would need something to like get us above 22 cents. We'd have to see a good day today if we want this RSI to look good, and it's possible. But if not, if it is implying that we move down and it looks a little bit bearish, then maybe what we see is a price at about 17.6 cents to 16.6 cents, somewhere in there, before moving up higher. And it's fine if we do. It's totally fine if we do. Bitcoin, you know, it could pump from here while altcoins kind of chill, and then Bitcoin might correct, and that could cause altcoins to pull back more while they're chilling and Bitcoin's growing. If Bitcoin corrects, even if it's a higher low, that could cause altcoins to see lower lows. I hope that makes sense. If altcoins don't move up with Bitcoin, however, if Bitcoin moves up and altcoins move up together, well, then this lower price might be off the table. I will say finding support 2 times at the golden ratio is a nice look. That's definitely a nice look. If we go down a 3rd time, likely we will break through, and the target area we'd find support at is the 786, 886, 17.6 cents to 16.6 cents is where we would go. Rejecting the 50 is definitely... It would make me think that you go lower, but I guess it depends on what we do today. If today closes above 22 cents, or even if it just gets above 22 cents at some point, I think I'd be okay with the idea of not going lower, and that's it for the low, and we're moving up higher. But for some reason, this 4-hour to me, I say for some reason, it's not for some reason. It's because it's got lower highs and it's got lower lows. It looks like you're in a downtrend. I would expect that you see the oversold zone before you break out of the downtrend. But you don't have to. It's less common, but you could just find support here and move up higher. If we look at the 1-hour time frame, see if we can find anything to disagree with that. The 1-hour looks more bearish than it does bullish, but you're in a rather bullish posturing right now. If you were to do something, it would be right now. Like by the time most of you watch this, or certainly before I make tomorrow's videos, we should have some resolution. You're either going to hit the overbought zone and then reject, or you're going to pursue levels in these overbought areas, right? Or you'll just move down from here and reject your 60 area. But you are getting oversold. You're not getting overbought, at least as of now, and that is more bearishly implicated. If we look at this thing, you've got lower highs in the 1-hour time frame, but having higher highs in the RSI, that is hidden bearish divergence. Right now, I'd say the ball is in the bear's court, and I do think you're going to go lower. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I would expect that we probably see prices again. It was like 17.6 cents, right? What was it? Let's see. Let's see if it agrees with this. Low here to high there. Yeah, it was 17.6. Look, that's the minimum. You see the 1272, it lines up perfectly with that. And then the 886 is at 16.6. Your golden ratio is down at 16.2. But it's very common with the 1414 here to wick just below it, and that's at the 886. So I stand by it. I think these fibs, they agree. So anything between about 17.6 to like 16.6 cents is probably on the table for this thing to go lower. I don't expect that you go below these lows, but it's possible. It could happen. Inevitably, what I really think you're doing, of course, is breaking out of this downtrend that you've been in since December here, and looking to see higher prices than what we saw in December by the end of March. If we see higher prices than we did by the end of March, if we see higher prices than December by the end of March, then we would likely see something that moves us up above $1, if not at least to $1. I like that $1.30 area, but it's completely possible we could find resistance right there at $1, right? That's a nice psychological area of resistance, so just be prepared for that. I don't know if I have anything else that I want to say. I think I've said everything that I need to say. We, on a weekly basis, we do have a established uptrend, it seems, higher lows, higher highs. We can go lower and still bounce off of this area, right? But again, I don't expect that this weekly uptrend is going to end. I would say that we have to get, not we have to, but we likely will get above an 80 read on the weekly RSI before this next move is over. That's just my expectation. Why do I expect that? Well, if we put a line right here at the 80, right where we topped off, you can see that every other time in this thing's history, except for once, every top was above there, right? This one was, it was a lower high, but coming from out of the purple zone, out of the regular zone here, getting into the overbought zone. Once you get into the overbought zone, you oftentimes go above that, right? So getting above that would imply a stronger move potentially. If we see a stronger move than last time, from a low to a high here, that would imply a move that's greater than 410%. If we're doing that from a low to a high, 730% certainly is bigger than 410, but so is 470%. Who knows? So something between, I would think something around $1, if not at $1.30. That's where I expect we go. Of course, we could move up higher. We could go all the way up to $2 or something like that, but that would be the limit of what I see. So nothing else to say. I think I've said everything I need to say. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye bye.